Yo, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are kicking off my Black Beauty series today with a model. If you're not familiar with my Black Beauty series, I did it a little bit last year. Last year was a struggle year. That was wedding planning year. 2018 was all wedding planning, but the year before that, I did videos throughout the month of February, basically celebrating Black women of color, due to it being Black History Month. So during the course of this month, I'm still gonna have some regular videos, but I'm also gonna be incorporating my Black Beauty series as well. So basically talking about favorite products for women of color, and also doing various looks on women of color other than myself, because I think it's important for you guys to see how things look on me, but also just different other skin tones. So that's what we're gonna do today. Allison requested a glam look, so let's go ahead and get into it. Gonna go ahead and apologize. I know you guys like it when I'm doing talk throughs, which is easy when working on myself, but when working on someone else, I have to do a voiceover. So Allison has very dry skin. So first I went in with the Thayers facial toner just to make sure her skin's nice and balanced, there's nothing on it. Now I'm just taking a facial razor and just making sure her brows are nice and groomed. To help prep, because skin prep is so key, especially with someone that has drier skin, I like to use the Cetaphil moisturizer just simply because I know it works really well on sensitive skin, and it's going to hydrate it but not leave it so that the skin just feels too greasy. Now this is a new product to my kit. This is the NYX Hydratouch Primer Oil. I typically use the Smashbox Photo Primer Oil, but I was out of it and I wanted to see if this was a dupe for that product, and it is. You guys heard me talk about that in my January favorites. I've been using it on clients and I love the way that it works. It's just going to give a little bit touch of extra hydration to drier skin, and it's going to give you a little bit more of a glow. So if you are someone who feels like you have dull skin, dry skin, you can use this. Also, I love that it just kind of helps if I want to sheer down a foundation, I can do so as well. Another crucial step that I always do on the clients, eye cream. Eye cream is so important in skin prep for me, just simply because I feel like it helps the concealer go on well. So make sure you're using the eye cream. I always tell you guys, night and morning, every single day. So for foundation, I am using the Tarte Cosmetics Shape Tape Foundation, the hydrating version in the shade Deep Golden. I love how this went on her skin. This is really phenomenal on drier skin. It doesn't grab, it doesn't make you look super greasy. It blends out very easily. I'm using a Bobbi Brown foundation brush. You guys are going to see me using products and tools that I don't use on myself, just simply because when working on someone else, I use my makeup artist kit, and then when I'm working on myself, I use my personal things. So if you see some tools or products you've never seen before, that is why. And the cool thing about this foundation is if you want to build it up, you can definitely build it up. But then in certain areas that I feel like she doesn't need like a full coverage, I can just kind of go back and forth to sheer it down. And then in certain areas, if I do want more coverage, I'll just kind of really work in that one specific area and just kind of stipple it in. After I have put the foundation on, I always go over with the cosmetic sponge just to make sure that everything is blended out perfectly. If maybe I got a little splotchy somewhere or didn't blend out something, the sponge is just going to go over it and it's going to help, you know, just make everything look nice and seamless. And of course, I like to use a cosmetic sponge just for sanitation reasons. I can use this and toss this out. You can use a beauty blender, whatever you like. Now I'm going to go in with the black Opal Stick Foundation to add a little dimension, slight contouring. I can't remember what shade I used. However, I do want to point out, y'all, black Opal makes phenomenal foundations, especially when you start getting into the dark, deep complexions. I don't care what anyone says. These are some of the best foundations. I use them for adding dimension, for contouring. If I'm working on someone that has a deeper complexion, they blend out beautifully. The shade range is really pretty, and it's affordable. And we're not doing anything too harsh, just adding, you know, some slight dimension to her face. One thing I did want to point out is just specifically for me, my style and makeup, I am not what I would call a super beat face, over the top chiseled type of Instagram makeup artist. Now, if that's you and that's the look that you like, there's no problem with that. Just know that every makeup artist has their own style and own preference. For me, I'm more into what I like to call a natural glam look. So you're not ever going to see any strong contouring or baking from me. However, if those are techniques and things that you like because you're a makeup artist, or if you like to wear your makeup like that, not a problem, but that's just not anything you'll see from me. I always want to put that out there, because a lot of people think that, oh, well, if you don't do your makeup like this, or if you don't bake, if you don't do this, then it's not going to look good. And I'm here to tell you that is not the case. So to blend out the contour, I love using a Real Technique stippling brush, because I feel like with a stippling brush, it gives you a more airbrushed, flawless look. I have found it's not harsh, and it just kind of sinks right into the skin because you're pushing it into the skin. That's what stippling is. And I'll also go over the contour too with the sponge. For the nose, I do use the sponge because I feel like I can get a little bit more of a precise blend versus using the stippling brush, because it is kind of big. Now for under eye concealer, I am using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the shade Dark Golden. And it's just going to give her just enough to highlight a little bit and to take away any unwanted tones up under the eyes. My brush that I'm using is a Ebonybrown touch-up brush. And then, of course, always going over the outside edges with a sponge. And then down the center of the nose, just simply because I do like to keep the center just a tish bit lighter, not too bright, but just to bring a little bit more structure and dimension to the face. I do like to keep the nose, the center of the face, a little bit lighter. To set up under the eyes, I'm using that's actually a Ebonybrown crease brush for your eyes, but I'm using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish up under the eyes to set, because like I said, she does have drier skin, and I love using MAC Mineralized Skin Finish to set because I feel like it sets everything in place. It gives you just a touch of luminosity, but it doesn't make you dry. And then for the rest of the face, we're going to do just a very light touch of the Sacha Buttercup powder. Now, I like to set the entire face with translucent powder, even the cream contour, and then I'll go back in with the powder, just simply because sometimes I feel like if I go in first with the cream contour and then lay the powder over, it can get a touch muddy. So my little trick is go ahead and set everything, even the cream contour, with translucent powder, and then if you want to deepen the contour a little bit, when you go in with the powder, it doesn't seem to grab and it's easier to blend out. So I'm using an angled Ebonybrown brush. That's hard to say, and I believe it's a blush brush, and I'm using the contour shade in NYX Hollow. I talked about this too a while ago. I'll make sure I'll leave the link for that one in my unnecessary makeup video. I'll make sure I'll leave the link for it, so that way if you guys just want that one single shade for contouring, you can purchase it. And then just in case I do get a little sloppy, this is the one time when I will do baking, and that's on the side and in the center of the face, just to make sure that everything is nice and clean and structured. Now I'm going to go in with some CoverGirl Queen bronzer in Ebony just to warm up the face a touch. And right after that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to wipe off the Sacha Buttercup that we let bake on the skin for a little bit. To prep the lips, I went in with the new Badescu lip balm. This stuff is so good. It's $8. If you haven't tried it out, please test it out. It's super hydrating, but it's not sticky or heavy. Now, starting off, because I wasn't sure how much blush I wanted, I went in first with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish on the cheeks, and I love this because it's a beautiful neutral tone. This looks good on so many women, and if you want to build it up, you can do so. It has a touch of luminosity into it because it is the part of the MAC, the Mineralized Skin Finish line. So if you want like a little bit of a soft glow with some blush, this is a good one. But then I did end up going in with my favorite blush in Wet n Wild Mellow Wine because I wanted just a little bit more color to her cheeks. And I just love blush on the cheeks. It really just brings together a look, and it brightens up your face. And of course, my favorite product to use, the Laura Mercier Glow Powder. I'm just going to put this right over the cheekbones as well, because y'all know I'm not a highlight girl. And to make sure everything is just melting together, we're gonna go in with some Badescu facial spray. Perfect for dry skin, or if you're like me and you're an oily girl and you tend to get a little heavy-handed with the powder, perfect for just melting all the powder together and making everything look lived in. Now we're gonna go onto the brows. Allison has bomb brows. She's very blessed. I'm taking a, what is that, ABH Brow Wiz in dark brown, I believe. I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in any sparse areas in the brows that she may have. Lucky for her, she does not have many. Now for eyeshadow primer, I'm only using translucent powder because I'm going to go in with a black liner pencil first. I started all the way on the lash line and then just go ahead and blend it up to the middle of the eye. Now I'm going to take my MAC 217 and just kind of blend it all the way up. The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm using a new product that's new to my kit. I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury. I believe it's called the Eyes to Mesmerize. And because it's a cream product, I typically don't like using a shadow base with cream products. I don't know. I just feel like it kind of makes it lay down weird. So that's what I'm using. On the other eye was the first time I ever used it. So on the second eye, I made sure to really build it up. I don't really have too many thoughts on this product yet, so I'm going to continue to use it on myself and on clients, and I'll let you guys know how I feel about it. But I did slightly wing this out just a little bit, and I'm making sure that I place it all over the liner that we laid down, blend it up, and then wing it out a little bit. For gel eyeliner, I have always used this. I've probably always kept this in my kit for about 3 years. This is the Tarteist, the Tarteist paint. It comes in a little squeezy tube, and I like that just for sanitation reasons, especially when working on clients. I feel like sometimes, like the gel pots, they can get a little dried out, but with the squeezy tube, you only squeeze out what you need, and you don't have to worry about it drying up. I never have any issues with it drying on me. And then for eyeliner, I believe I'm using a Ebonybrown kohl pencil liner. Sorry guys if I sound a little stuffy, it's because I am. And of course, you know, we have to have the inner tear duct highlight. That's my jam. I love that. Going in with a little bit of mascara. I'm using a disposable mascara wand because that's what I always use on clients. I believe I'm just using Maybelline Great Lash. Then we're going to pop on some Ardell lashes. I'll put down below the style. I know that it's a very natural style, but I'll put down below because I can't remember. I want to say it's like 300. Then for lips here, I started lining the lips with a Bite Beauty lip pencil. But then as I was going on, I realized it was just a little too warm red for the look that I had envisioned. So I ended up just going with my ABH Lip palette, and I mixed her up a custom color because I wasn't feeling how warm the lip liner was. Unfortunately, I can't give you a name for this, and you can't go buy this particular shade because I mixed it up myself. Alright guys, camera died. So this is the finished glam look for Allison. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more like this, let me know down below in the comments. Don't forget, keep it simple. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.